I was a poor kid from nowhere, a farm town in the middle of Wisconsin. I was shy, didn't talk much, got bullied a fair amount. But somehow I got it in my head that I was going to be in the comedy business. I didn't have any connections. My family didn't know anybody in the entertainment industry. The closest thing I had was we went to the same church as the town auctioneer. I'm Scott Dikkers, and I'd like to tell you the story of how I somehow became a founding editor of The Onion, its editor-in-chief for most of the past 25 years, and a #1 New York Times bestselling author. When I speak to your organization, I'll take you back to the 1980s, when The Onion was just a couple of kids in a dorm room who defied the odds and turned this small college humor magazine into a worldwide multimedia success.
I read The Onion, but only for the nudie pictures. Oh wait, that's Penthouse.
Thanks for dressing up.
This is the best shirt I had.
It's a funny story with a lot of passion, a lot of heartbreak, a good number of lawsuits, some nudity. We didn't know what we were doing. Comedy is one thing, but how do you build a sustainable business? We had a lot of dreams, but how do you pay the bills?
The funny thing is, the more freedom I gave my writers, the more work they did, and the better they got. And eventually, they all got to be better writers than me. And that's exactly what you want as a creative leader, as a manager of a creative team. You start by obsessively doing all the work yourself. This not only serves as an example for your people to follow, but it creates a kind of force of gravity that draws people to you, the right kind of people, makes them want to help. It's what compelled me to want to help Tim and Chris get The Onion off the ground, and it's how I got people to help me. Ultimately, what you want is to be surrounded by a team of people who are better and smarter than you. Now, the only problem with this strategy is that eventually you become the dumbest person in your company. But it doesn't matter. It's a strategy that works. That's how you find the A players, the top performers in any industry. It's how you find people who were not only born to do what they do, they're compelled to do it. They're just grateful for the opportunity to do it. I created a culture at The Onion that survives to this day that gives writers a long apprenticeship period to learn their craft, get really good at it. I treated my writers like entrepreneurs, like I had been with my comic strip and as owner and editor of The Onion. Let them work for free for a year, 2 years, 3 years, then start paying. I'm sure this violates every labor law in the books and I should go to jail, but it's a strategy that works.
These days, we all spend most of our waking hours staring at a computer screen. I share some of the blame for that. I founded TheOnion.com in the mid-1990s, and it was the world's first humor website. Today, The Onion has millions of fans on Twitter and Facebook, and that's how most people see Onion stories. Now, I'd like to sit here and tell you that we saw the future and we had all that figured out, but we actually didn't start leveraging the internet until a couple of years ago. We looked around and said, maybe we should get one of these Facebook accounts. Apparently it's very popular. Maybe this internet's going to be a thing. Somebody who's never heard of the internet keeps delivering phone books to my house. Did he deliver them by horse cart? If you see something interesting online, print it out and send it to him by parcel post, won't you? I bet he still gets updates from his friends in person. I've tried that. I don't know how that even works anymore. You know, somebody's talking to me about their day and I'm like, where's the like button? I'm poking their face trying to find it. Let me push it in their eye. I don't know what I'm supposed to do in this situation. How do I comment? Can I share this? But someday the computers are going to do everything for us. We're not even going to be necessary. Actually, there's one thing they're going to need us for. They're going to need us to identify those crazy out-of-focus series of numbers and letters on websites when you order stuff, right? To prove you're a human. They can't do that. We got them there. And in the future, they'll keep us alive for that sole purpose. In liquid pods like in The Matrix, with a feeding tube jammed in the back of our neck. All day we'll just be sitting there. H. Pretty sure that's a 5.
That's gotta be a W.
If you're under 30, there's a good chance you get most of your news from The Daily Show, Colbert, John Oliver, The Onion, and I share some of the blame for that too. I'm in good company with a lot of incredibly talented writers and editors who've come through The Onion and gone on to write and produce those shows. They've made fake news. They've made satire a huge part of our lives now. And I believe that's a good thing. If all we had to watch at night was real news, we'd be miserable. Satire is our lens, and comedy is a wonderful coping mechanism. Having a good laugh, sometimes the only thing keeping us sane in an insane world.